Rise, face the east, get a 45-degree angle. 5 fingers on the left, 2 fingers on the right. Repeat the Moorish American prayer after myself. Allah, Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe,
The Father of love,
Father of love,
truth,
truth,
peace,
peace,
freedom,
freedom,
and justice.
and justice.
Allah is my protector,
Allah is my protector,
my guide,
my guide,
and my salvation.
and my salvation.
By night
By night
and
by day,
through his holy prophet,
through his holy prophet,
Drew Ali.
Drew Ali.
Amen.
Amen.
Islam. I give praise to the author, the creator, and the governor of all the worlds, who is almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. Allah be his most sweet and holy name. I give honor to the angel of Allah, the man who was sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah, the man who did come and simple and flawless. He is our leader, our teacher, and our brother man, the illustrious holy prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to the forerunner of the prophet Noble Drew Ali, the man who was to the prophet Noble Drew Ali, as John the Baptist was to the prophet Jesus in the days of old, Brother Marcus Mosiah Garden. I give honor to all the holy and the divine prophets of Allah, because all the holy and the divine prophets of Allah taught Islam. I give honor to our two flags. These two facts together, they represent us, clean and pure nation of Moorish Americans. I give honor to our one of authority, who give us the authority to promote and teach true holy and divine prophets, Jesus, Mohammed, Buddha, Confucius, etc. I give honor to all the past and the present of the Moorish Sunday School of America, and they also say they thank you. I give honor to our grand government, Crystal K. Love Air. I give all of the vanguards, all of the sisters auxiliary. The vanguards protect the Moorish Science Temple of America and all the properties of the Moorish Science Temple of America, while the sisters auxiliary is the rock that holds this thing together.
Islam.
I give honor to all the true and the faithful members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I give honor to all the living to prepare in due time. By the Holy Prophet of the I give honor to everyone in Sunday school, everywhere, all over America and anywhere who came to learn the truth about themselves. It is a custom in the Moorish Science Temple of America that I read the divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America in their entirety. Salvation, our God, and unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the divine constitution and bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make laws and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheik is to assist the Grand Sheik in all affairs, if he is according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on the Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on the Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended into his Father God Allah. But that cause Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and partial of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey it. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live, nations of the earth. This is the reason why the universe ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabit the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings to become a part and a portion of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faith. Husband, you must support your, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother, be industrious, and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts in God's pure love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Noble Drew Ali, founder, Moorish American prayer, Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. It is also a custom in the Moorish Science Temple of America that I take a reading from the Great Meeting of Zorn, questioning additional laws for the Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Act 1. Grand sheiks and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acting upon by any members. Let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause for members to sacrifice finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the Prophet or the Grand Sheik. Act 2. All members are to attend their ADAP meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around when their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If member is working, his monthly dues must be paid. And if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It's also a divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confer himself to the questionnaire, and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a parcel of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faith. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God. Islam,
Islam.
Islam. Happy Sunday School, Moorish Americans. It is a custom in the Moorish Science Temple of America whenever teaching the group that sympathizes or just plain seekers after the truth. And one take a reading from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Wali, by the guide of his father, God Allah, who is the great God of the universe. And I will be taking my reading from chapter 2. Education of Mary and Elizabeth in Zone, Egypt, Islam. I'll be reading from instruction 15 until I stop. A mighty work is theirs, but carnal men want not the light. They love the dark. And when the light shines in the dark, they comprehend it not. We call these sons revealers of the light, but they must have the light before they can reveal the light. And you must teach your sons and set their souls on fire with love and holy zeal, and make them conscious of their missions to the sons of men. Teach them that Allah and man are one, but that the carnal thoughts and words and deeds, man tore himself away from Allah, debased himself. Teach that the holy breath will make them one again, restoring harmony and peace. That naught can make them one but love. That Allah so loved the world that he has clothed his son in flesh that men can comprehend. The only savior of the world is love. And Jesus, son of Mary, comes to manifest that love to men. Islam.
Islam.
So the word that he had cloaked his son in flesh that men can comprehend. The Prophet Ali was the first to found an Islamic organization in America. Ain't that true? Our religion is Islamism. Did I just read here in this book that Allah so loved the world that he had cloaked his son in flesh? Ain't that what it's saying? I ain't make it up. There are a lot of people who would say that that is shirk, that that is blasphemy, that that couldn't happen. Allah neither begets nor is he begotten. Is that a fact? That's an actual fact. So when we talk about the coming of the Son in flesh, first of all, I remind us that Allah is all mercy. So we're talking about Allah's divine mercy. Because if he sent us his son so that we could learn to love instead of hate, to see somebody display it, see it in flesh, see it done, so we can know that it's true, that's mercy, first and foremost. And since Allah neither begets nor is he begot, he sent the Spirit. He sent the divine Spirit. Now let me tell y'all something. The Holy Quran that the Prophet Muhammad got from Allah's angel, Jibreel, says the exact same thing. Ain't that true? Doesn't he say that Isa and Maryam are a sign? He say that his ruh, his spirit, is in Jesus. Didn't he say that? Okay, but he didn't just say that about Jesus, did he? So it wasn't the first time he did it. So why is it that if Allah keep repeating himself, if Allah keep doing the same thing over and over, showing us a pattern, he's showing us a pattern. You know why? Because we would do anything for the people who we love, even if we had to do it over and over and over again. Okay? But he said that he put his ruh, his spirit, in Adam. And Adam is who? The Father. Which means that the Spirit of God is in each and every single last one of us. Ain't that true? How come it's so hard to comprehend then? That with being a God man, comes the responsibility of a God man. With being a bae comes the responsibility of being a bae. What does bae mean? Bae means governor. With being an ill comes the responsibility of being an ill. This is the name of Allah himself. Creator. If you create a thing and you don't keep your hand on the thing, then the thing might get out of control. The thing might be turned instead of to an advantage for the people who you created it and gave it to. It might turn to their own destruction, which ultimately means it will turn to your destruction because it was your responsibility and you didn't handle it. How come it's so difficult for us to understand that with our relationship being the children of God, having God's spirit and all of the attributes and the power that come with that, we got responsibility that come with that. You don't get to just reap all the rewards, Mo. You gotta work for what you want. All right, so we come to Sunday school, happy Sunday school, to toil in the garden, to toil in the sacred grove for sacred wisdom, so that we can then embody this sacred wisdom and have a much, much better life for ourselves than we had before we came up into the Moorish Sunday Temple of America. Islam, all praise is due to Allah. Today, I offered up some money. I'm finna see how many of my toes I'm gonna have to stick in my mouth. I said that I got 25 cents for each Quran question that these young Moors could get right. For each one. I figured I say 25 cents ain't no lie. This ain't for you grown folks. This ain't for you grown folks. Even though I got the feeling that these young Moors is about to make some of us feel a little bit ashamed. They about to make some of us feel a little bit ashamed. Who wanna go first? Huh? Come on, Leslie. You ready? Let me get my, see, I need my questionnaire. Hey, who gonna help me pay this money? Who gonna help me pay this money? Y'all help me pay this money. Don't worry
I got
about
a
it.
few quarters for you.
You got a few quarters? Okay. Islam. Who made you? Who is Allah? Who is Allah? Can we see him? Where's the nearest place we can meet him? Ooh. She answered. Yeah, she got it. Who is Noble Drew Ali? What is the prophet? Okay, go ahead. She got her dollar. Islam. How old is, come here, how old are you? 2, y'all. 2. Islam. Come on, Elijah. Islam, Mo. Islam. You ready? Who made you? Who is Allah? Can we see him? Where's the nearest place we can meet him? Who is Noble Drew Ali? Stand still? Look at me. Who is Noble Drew Ali? Okay. What is the prophet? Islam. He got a dollar. Go sit down. You last. No, London, you last. Come on, Manuel. Islam. Who made you? Who is Allah? Hold on now. You said that with a lot of confidence. We see him. Can we see him?
No.
Where's the nearest place we can meet? Who is Noble Drew Ali? What is a prophet? Over and over again. What is what is the duty of a prophet? Go sit down. He got him $1 too. Y'all making this easy for me. Come on. Yeah. Islam. Who made it?
Allah.
Who is Allah? Can we see him? Where's the nearest place we can meet him? Who is Noble Drew Ali? What is a prophet? What is the duty of a prophet? Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? Where? Where was Noble Drew Ali born? What is his nationality? What is your nationality? Why are we Moorish Americans? For what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans? What is our religion? Is that a new or is that the old time religion? What kind of flag is the Moorish? What do the 5 points represent? How old is our flag? Which is our holy day? Why? Who was Jesus?
He was a prophet of Allah.
Where was he born? Who were his father and mother? Will you give in brief the line genealogy through which Jesus came?
Some of the great fathers through which Jesus came are Abraham, Boaz, Moses, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Joseph by Mary.
Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
To save Israelites from the iron hand oppression of the Palestine nations of Europe who were governing the 14th Palestine at that time,
How long has that been?
about 2,000 years ago.
What was the nationality of Ruth?
Who was a Moabite?
What is the modern name for Moabites?
Moroccans.
What is the Moroccan, Islam? Where is the Moroccan Empire? What is the modern name for a Mexican? What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco? Where do we get the name Jesus? What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus justice.
Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name? What is an angel? What are angels used for? What is our prophet to us? What is the everlasting gospel?
What is the same power that
What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
which the Lord thy God Allah hath given me.
At what age did Jesus begin to teach? How old are you? Where did he teach?
India, Africa, and Europe.
How long did he teach?
18.
What did Jesus say that would make you free? What is truth? What is all? Can truth change?
Truth cannot change or pass away.
What other name do we give to truth? What have you to say about the Holy Blood?
Great is good. It's
Where's the Garden of Eden? What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden? What is the name of the first physical man? What are the words of the AC or the MST of A? It's what are the words of the AC of the, what are the words of the AC or the MST of A? I'm asking the question. What are the words of the AC of the MST of A? Who were Adam and Eve?
Of the human family, Asian chicks and Muslims.
Where did they go? What is the modern name given to their children?
Asians.
Say that again.
Asians.
Asiatics. Who is guarding the holy city of Mecca to keep the unbelievers away?
Angels.
What is the modern name of these angels? What is the shade of their skin? Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels? Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve.
Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, and
What is the devil sometimes called? How many selves are there? Name. What people represent the higher self?
people don't know. Except the teacher.
I'm gonna ask you this one time. Are you sure? Sure? Islam. So we asked 68 questions. Out of 68, you got 61 right. Now, Islam. What people represent the higher self? The angels who protect the holy Islam. Islam. All right. So
Have her
51.
1525 ready.
Huh?
You owe her 1525
1525?
for 61 questions, right?
Yes.
Islam.
Come on, London. No. Islam. What stand is this? Come on. You ready? Who made you? Who is Allah? Can we see him? Where's the nearest place we can meet? Who is Noble Jew Ali?
He is a long prophet,
What is a prophet?
a thought manifested in the flesh,
What is the duty of a prophet?
to save nations from the wrath of Allah.
Who is the founder of the Moorish?
New work.
What is Noble Jew Ali? No. What is his nationality? What is your nationality?
Moorish Americans,
Why are we Moorish American?
because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America
What purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
for the uplifting and fallen humanity
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans?
by teaching them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islam and
Is that a new or is that the old time religion?
old time.
What kind of flag is the Moorish?
A red flag with a great 5-pointed green star in it.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love to peace,
How old is our flag?
over 2,000 years.
Our holy day.
Friday,
Why?
because Friday is which man was formed in flesh, in which he departed our flesh.
Jesus.
The lost prophet.
Where was he born?
Lord Bethlehem of Judah and the house of David.
Islam. So try to tell me what neighborhood he was from. Islam. In Bethlehem of Judah in the house of David. So I asked you 25 questions. You got 18 right. Islam, okay. 18 right.
Great. Oh, thanks, me.
What you trying to go again? Huh? Islam, boys.
So,
Well, all right. They ain't do me too dirty, y'all. I can handle this. Now, if y'all want to put something on top, then I'm pretty sure that they'll be all right with that. Islam wars. Anybody got questions though? Any questions about Islam? Hold up, brother. What's your question, Mo?
Why did Allah make us?
Why did Allah make us? Islam. That's a super dope question. And guess what? We have answers. Before we go directly to the Quran and get the exact answer, I want the Moors to, all of the Moors, anybody. Why do you think that Allah made us? Ask the question, you got an answer for it too. Break it down. What's your answer? What you say? Because we was the bravest ones. Islam. What you got? Oh, hold on. No, we gotta answer the question first. Let's answer the question first. Why did Allah make us?
that's a nice question.
Talked about this?
Yeah.
What did we say?
One and a half.
No.
Islam, open up y'all Qurans. Open up y'all Qurans to chapter number 1.
That's not.
I'm gonna read from the last paragraph on page 4. Islam.
Islam.
It says, now seeds are perfect, yea, as perfect as the source from which they come, but they are not unfolded into life made manifest. The child is as perfect as the mother is. So man, the seed, must be deeply planted in the soil that he might grow, unfold, as does the bud unfold to show the flower. Here come your answer. The human seed that came forth from the heart of Allah was foreordained to be the Lord of the plane of soul and of the plane of things made manifest. Islam.
Islam.
Man was made and fully ordained to be the Lord of the plane of soul and of the plane of things made manifest. Islam.
Islam.
Now, my question is this. What does it mean? Now, let's look at this from the most practical sense. What does it mean to be the Lord of the plane of soul? Islam. You say he needed people to fill up earth? Do you think that he really just needed people to fill up earth?
Oh, I take care of it.
Take care of it. Take care of it. See? Because that's what lords do. All right? Remember we talked about the responsibility? It's a reason why when you read in scripture, you see the word Lord a lot. Because to lord over something is not the same as being a slave master or a task master. All right? A Lord has responsibility. If I made you Lord over a portion of land, that means that you was responsible for making sure that that land was kept up and that the people on that land received whatever they needed in order to keep the land up. All right, so yes. Now we talking about the plane of soul. Oh. We talking about the plane of soul. What does it mean to be the Lord of the plane of soul? Plane of soul. Islam. What does it mean to be the Lord of the plane of soul? What is the plane of soul? Come on, boys, help them out.
Plane of soul. I'm trying to figure out what plane of soul is.
Islam. What is your soul made out of? What constitutes your soul? He threw his hand up. Come on.
The plane of soul, our soul is made out of a plane.
No. What is the soul, Moors?
It's like all spirit, right?
Soul is
What? I'm gonna make it easier. What are the actions of the soul? Islam. The Holy Quran of the Moorish Sunday School, a Temple of America, teaches us that the actions of the soul are thinking, understanding, reasoning, and willing. All right? Your heart and your mind. Your heart and your mind. These things constitute your soul. Okay? So if you're going to be the Lord of your heart, right? What would you do?
take care of it.
Take care of it. Take care of it. How do you take care of it? Islam, keeping your body healthy and loving on yourself. All right. Now, as the Lord of the plane of soul, now that means you're not just talking about your heart and your mind. We talking about all the hearts and the minds now. Islam.
Islam.
So how do we go about loving on them, keeping them healthy? How do we do that?
Islam.
Islam.
It made me think of scripture just was coming to mind that it says keeping the commandments in your heart. And that's what, when you ask that question, how would we be Lord over the plane of soul? How would we as spirit be Lord over the soul? I believe the answer is by keeping the commandments in our heart. Because that's where we meet Allah, and Allah is our authority. And if He's bestowing us authority, we are to stay in alignment with the first authority, right? And then constitute that into our souls, meaning that we utilize that for our thinking, we utilize that for our understanding, we utilize that for our reasoning and our willing, the actions of our bodies. Is making sure that we keeping Allah as the authority over our flesh experience.
Islam. Now, how does that help me though? How do you then, Lord, my thinking, understanding, reasoning, and willing? I agree, absolutely, that this is, but now how the word?
For me, my answer would be I lowered mine. And Lord mine, it is Lord. Like I don't even know how to I don't even know how to say that without saying it like that. When I'm being Lord over my soul, it emanates over because it's the having the understanding that Allah and man are one. You feel me? We are one but many. So if I got me under control, you under control too. And sometimes I feel like like in this experience, it don't feel like that, but law governs all events. So even if the situation seems bad, you know what I'm saying? It's all working according to the will of Allah. If I know that was the authority over whatever I said, whatever I thought, whatever I did, you understand? Like, yeah, yeah.
Anybody else? How did we get this, y'all? How did we get this book? Yes, by him, Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali prepared this book for us, didn't he? Now, in him preparing this book, how does this book affect you?
That's a positive. And knowledge for a better understanding.
How we were actually, so that we can actually know the real truth about ourselves.
So she say it helps us to gain truth about ourselves. It teaches us how we were made so that we could know the truth about ourselves. So now in Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, preparing and giving us this book, he is what? He is helping to lord the plane of things made manifest. But not just him. Everyone who participates in life in this way aids and assists in the lording of the plane of things made manifest. It helps to square the thinking of everybody who pays attention. Ain't that right? If you pay attention, you see, so this is how, so just like the sister said, and just like the brother said, everyone said, hey, you know what? If I do this for myself, yes. Yes, if we swear our own conduct, then others could bear witness. Now they have the pattern that men need.
Helping us is helping each other. Helping yourself is helping each other.
Absolutely, because men need a pattern for their life. Okay? Now, did it say here that under certain conditions, you are the Lord of the plane of soul or the plane of things made manifest? Did it say that sometimes under certain conditions? Did it say that?
No, I said that.
It didn't say that. So you are the Lord of the plane of soul and the plane of things made manifest every day, right? Well, what about the people who don't have a clue on how to be this Lord? What happens then? What happens? What happens when people are in leadership who don't know how to lead or just don't have the qualifications for the job, what happens?
They lead their people astray.
The people get led astray. Have we seen that? Do we see that? We see it every day, don't we? We see it every day. That's right. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Okay, so it says here, it says, now seeds are perfect, yeah, as perfect as the source from which they come, but they are not unfolded into life made manifest. All right, so you have everything in you to be the Lord. But you don't just come to the world prepared for that, do you? No. Test. But the test comes after the what? That's right. You don't, when you first start school, at the beginning of the year, do they give you the test? No, they give it to you at the end of the year, right? And they test you on what you have learned. Ain't that right? All right. So if Allah is testing us on the things that we have learned, but then when it's time to take the test, we are not prepared for the test, or we are looking at the test as if we never seen this stuff before. What happened? You know what happened? Somebody skipped class. Somebody wasn't paying attention. All right? Now, as a Moorish American, as a Moorish scientist, you've been taught this. You know that the test comes after the lesson. So you should know to pay attention. The Holy Quran tells us that attention is the pilot that will conduct the entire report in the insufficiency of knowledge. We have to pay attention, all right? That's the lesson. That should be one of the lessons that we take from that particular degree. Pay attention. Because we are absolutely going to be tested, right? Right. So we need to be prepared for the test because we know it's going to come. We know it's going to come, and we know that we are going to be tested on the things that we are going through now. Islam? What was your question?
I have a question from the book.
Let's go. She got a question from the book. Who is Elohim? Islam. Who is Elohim, y'all? Elohim. Who is Elohim? Oh. No, you gotta wait till we answer her question. Who is Elohim, boy? Come on now. Ain't no way in the world.
Everything that was, is, and evermore to be.
The what?
Everything that was, is, and evermore to be.
Elohim created everything that was, is, and evermore to be. Chapter, why it sound like Allah? Chapter number 11. Turn to chapter number 11. Turn to chapter number 11. Somebody to read, starting at instruction number 19 through instruction number 24. Islam, read.
That which begins will not have an end. If man was not, the time will come when he will not exist. From Allah's own record book, we read the creator Allah, the seven spirits before his face. The Hebrews call these seven spirits Elohim. And these are they who, in their boundless power, created everything that or was. These spirits of
Triune.
triune Allah move on the face of boundless space, and and every other had its form of life. These forms of life were the substance their of their either plans. Men planes, the planes of protoplas,
Protoplads.
protoplas of earth, of plants, of beasts of man, and of beasts of man and
Cherubim. Cherubim.
cherubim.
Is love. So from Allah's own record book, we read, the triune Allah breathed forth in what? What did he say? Instruction 19. From Allah's own record book, we read, the triune Allah breathed forth and stood what?
And stood seven spirits before his face.
Okay, so the beginning of understanding what the Elohim is, in understanding that they are seven spirits that came from Allah. All right, that's the beginning of understanding. Okay, and these are they who, in their boundless power, created everything that is or was. So now we begin to understand that they have immense power. Immense means great, a lot. All right? They have a lot of power, boundless power. It say these spirits of the triune Allah moved on the face of boundless space, and seven others were, and every other had its form of life. What space is boundless? Where do we find boundless space? even she said in a big room, even a big room has walls, which would be a bound. Okay. So where do we find boundless space, Moors? Where do we find boundless space?
In our hearts.
Islam. Within. Okay. You want to find boundless space? You need to be getting within. All right. So now we begin to learn where these seven spirits do their work. Because it was who? The triune Allah. Now the triune Allah is what? Wisdom, will, and love. Wisdom is the consciousness that man is owned and one with Allah. Man being ought means that man is everything. Man is himself is infinite, is boundless. And wisdom is being aware of that. Will. How much will do you have? You have a lot. But how much of it can you command? But you could learn to command all of it. Because thought is developed by the exercise of strength. Right?
That's right.
But will is one of the actions of the soul. And we all know what love is. Love is Allah. And where's the nearest place to meet Allah? In the heart. So when we start talking about the triune Allah, we are actually talking about parts of ourselves. And when you start talking about boundless space, and we go looking for boundless space, you don't have to go nowhere. You just turn within. So now we know where they do their work. The seven spirits. All right? Now, did that answer your question? You said, what is Elohim? Any more questions, Moors?
So what is the
Islam, what's your question?
That's because we was the bravest, because we was the best thing on earth, and he loved us so much. What is meant by the word Negro?
What is meant by the word what? What is meant by the word Negro? Where you find that question at? P86 is not a question. You sleep? P86, Negro, the name given to a river in West Africa by Moors because it contains black water.
This one's a pretty what have you to say about pretty?
All that we can say, it is great, it is good, it was, it is, and evermore to be. Amen. What's your question? Oh, you testing me? You gonna give me a quarter? If you gonna give me a quarter of every question I get right? Islam. Islam, boys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for Sunday school?
Islam.
Y'all ready? You ready?
No. Yeah.
All right. So. Today, we're going to go over. Listen, wait, give me a Moorish literature part for me. It's fine. We're going to go over the first lesson in our Moorish literature pamphlet, which is what shall we call him? Okay? What shall we call him? So now as Asiatic people, how many different names and marks have you experienced just in your life? What are some of the things that what have you been called? A lot. You said a liar?
A lot.
A lot? How many times have you been called the child of Allah? How many times have you been identified before you came into the Moorish Sunday Temple of America as a Moabite?
Specific words.
Zero. But you've been called black? You've been called black? You've been called African American?
Yeah.
Anybody been called the Negro?
Yes.
Anybody been called colored? Anybody been called the thug?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
A gangster?
No.
Dog? What's up, dog?
Yes. I've been calling me a no.
What's up with that? What's up, gang? What's up, gang? Y'all been called gang?
One more.
Do we understand that words mean things?
Yes.
So
Words mean things. Okay? Anybody ever met somebody named Killer? You ever met somebody and they told you, hey man, what's up with your name? They say, man, my name Killer.
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all ever met somebody named Pimp?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, what's my name? My name Pimp. Huh? What about T-Dog?
Yeah.
Y'all met T-Dog? So when these people tell you, okay, check this out, y'all. Pay attention. If you meet somebody and you ask that individual, what's your name? And you reach your hand out to greet that person, and they say, my name Killer Murder Dog. You taking that person home to your family?
No, not at all.
They just told you. They're a killer, murderer, and a dog. Or at least they want to be identified as such. That ain't cool, y'all. Names mean things. And people tend to even unconsciously try to be what they are called. How you meet somebody and you say, how you doing, sir? That person gives you a kind reply. They smile, they back get a little straighter. Because of the way you address them, that's what you call them. Now, somebody probably been calling them a female dog. And slowly but surely, they back start bending. Their esteem is affected by this. Their self-respect is affected by this. It's important for us to, number one, give our brothers and our sisters a good name to live up to. And number two, stand on your name. Stand on your name. Y'all listen. This is the divine constitution and bylaw of the Moorish Science Temple of America. This is the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. What is he standing on? What you see the prophet stand? What's under his feet? What he's standing on?
Nine.
He's on his name. He's standing on that. Y'all know what Ali means? Ali means most high. And he's standing on that. He is prepared to be tested. You don't think that I am who I say that I am? Or who they say that I am? Then test me. I'm prepared to stand on who and what I am. Now let me tell y'all something. Everybody's prepared to at least try to stand on who they say they are. So Joker said that I am a real nigga. You best believe that they prepared to at least try to stand on that. Now, if you step into that arena, understand what you're dealing with. You dealing with somebody who is fixing to do everything in their power to show you that they are a real nigga, an absolutely dead thing that cares nothing about life, that loves the dark. They love the dark. And don't nothing get darker than having 6 feet worth of dirt piled up on top of you. You're not gonna find nothing darker than that. And these are individuals who are in love with that. So be very, very careful because they are prepared to try to plant you. Now I'm saying this the way that I'm saying it because I want us to understand that it's serious. It's serious. Now, stand on your name. Know who you are. All right? So it says, what shall we call him? Y'all all right?
Wow.
It is love. Y'all ready? It says, so often our various journalists find trouble in selecting the proper name for the Moorish American. What is a journalist? What is the job of a journalist? To write stuff for what? Who do journalists write for? For the news. All right? And the news is for what? What purpose is the news supposed to serve? To provide information, that's right. That's right. To inform. You say it's inform, right? To provide information, to inform. This is the job of a journalist. Okay? So pay attention. So often, our various journalists find trouble in selecting the proper name for the Moorish American. Some say Negro. Another will brand him race man. Still another will call him Afro-American. And then came color. Dark American, coon, shine, the brethren, and your folks. It is indeed a hard matter to find something suitable for the various occasions where a title needs to be used. Why are these journalists struggling, y'all? Huh?
But the truth is struggling.
Because the truth is struggling. You know who we are? Do the world know who we are?
Yes.
Honestly, to a certain degree. Still not everybody.
Do the people who matter in the world know who we are?
Yes.
They do. Who owns all these media outlets though? The people who matter. So the people who do know who we are the people who own these outlets. So why are they struggling? Because some people want to be in the dark. Do our people, for the most part, know who they are?
Yes.
They do.
Some people, no.
How long have you known that you was a Moorish American? About a week. So for the most part, the majority of our people don't even know who they are. So if I knew who you were and you didn't know who you were, but I didn't tell you who you were, why? They're intimidated.
They want
So
you to
since
live
they
up
are
to your
intimidated,
potential.
bingo, bingo. See, they know who you are, but they don't want you to know who you are. They want you to think that you are one of these other things. Because again, like I said, if my name was Killer, what do you think I do? I kill. So if I thought that I was a coon, what would I do? I would do what coons do, right? Is it that these people have no proper name?
Yeah.
Did they have a national name when first brought to these shores in the early part of the 17th century? These are two questions. Now, first I want to say this. This portion of literature was written sometime in the 1920s. It was not written by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It was written by one of our members.
Yeah,
All right.
what portion is that?
This is from the Moorish literature pamphlet. What shall we call him? With that being the case, it's a whole lot of more information around today. We have a greater understanding. We know that for one, we from here. America is our home, or as the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that. He said, you are at home. So when they want you to think that all our ancestors came over here on slave ships, that's not true. If they make you think that all your people ever was a slave, then what would you think about yourself?
I used to think.
You would think that was the
That you
height
a slave too.
that you were slave to. You would believe that the height of your potential, if you thought that you was a nigga, let me tell you something. you would be all right with doing what niggas do. You would be all right with
The bare minimum.
that what you say?
You'll be all right with doing the bare minimum.
The bare minimum.
And you wouldn't
He said,
expect nothing highly of yourself.
that's right. I'm gonna go even further. Hey. I'm gonna go even further to say that you would be all right with either doing the bare minimum or, like they say, doing the most. And you know, when we say doing the most, that ain't good. You doing the most, that ain't good. Ain't that right? Doing the most ain't good. But if you was to think that you was just a nigga, then you sit down and you watch these shows on TV where all of the men and all of the women, you know, they cheat on one another. They do all of these things that people should not do. They treat each other bad, don't they?
Islam.
All right. But guess what? Niggas think that that's just the way it is. All right. They ain't got no money and they don't think they supposed to have no money either. The neighborhood is dirty and filthy and ran down, and they believe that it's supposed to be like that. If you ask them questions about real life, they don't know the answers, but they don't think that they should know either.
Also, my phone, my last call.
That's right. Because you know what they think? They think it's attractive. They think it's what's up. Guess what? That's what's up. Running around, shooting and killing one another, getting high all the time, destroying your body. They think that's what's up. But it's not. Islam
Islam.
did not the land from which they were forced have a name? Where do land masses get their names from? Yeah.
Oh, you name? No.
Where do they get their name from?
Say
Right?
that again.
Where do land masses get their name from?
Islam, the people that named the land.
People
That's
who
right.
conquered them.
Islam. See, now that's the new way. That's what I was gonna get to second. First of all, like Ricardo Bay demonstrated, the land gets its name from the people. But then comes conquerors and colonizers who change the name. In your Quran questionnaire, all right? Where did he teach? India, Africa, and Europe, right? Where was he born? Where is Bethlehem? Anybody? Anybody tell me where's Bethlehem? Did you know something? How old are you? So as far as you know, yes. You've been taught in school that it's in
It's in
Asia.
Palestine. I thought it was in Palestine.
And where is Palestine?
Jerusalem
And
was
where is Jerusalem?
currently what is called the Mid East. Middle Eastern. Like
Islam. Bethlehem is in Israel. All right? Right? Bethlehem is in Israel. Did Jesus teach in his neighborhood where he was from? He didn't. He didn't teach in Galilee. He didn't teach in Nazareth.
No.
He did. Right? As a matter of fact, when the Samaritan came to Jesus, Didn't Jesus tell her that he didn't come for her? He said he came for his people, the Israelites. As a matter of fact, in your Quran questionnaire, when you ask the question, why did Allah send Jesus to this earth? The answer is to save the Israelites from the iron hand oppression of the pale-skinned nations of Europe who were governing a portion of Palestine at that time. So he quite obviously taught his people. But when the prophet asks you where did he teach, the answer is India, Africa, and Europe. My question now is, where is Israel? Because we know he taught in Israel, ain't that right? So where is it? Is it in India? Is it in Africa? Or is it in Europe? Now guess what the prophet didn't say? Those are three continents. Those are three. He didn't say Asia. Asia was not one of the, you can't select Asia. He said India, Africa, and Europe. So he let you know that Israel is not in Asia. It's either in India, Africa, or Europe. And the answer is, it's in Africa. But the colonizers and the conquerors done took the whole dang old country and put it in another continent. They done rearranged the entire map because they can. What shall we call him? Okay, so now they can say to young people like you who open up your history book and you read your history book. You want a good grade in history when you go to school, don't you? Don't you want a good grade? So you're going to read your history book, and when you test it, you're going to answer the questions according to what you've been taught. And after a while, the people who know the truth, unless the truth is taught in chambers like this one, by parents like these, then everybody would forget, and it would be erased from history, and they would be calling Jesus in the future an Asian. Not an Asiatic, an Asian. Because they done took Israel and put it in Asia. No, they didn't put Africa in America. We did. We'll get to that later though. Islam? It now appears a good idea for those whose duty it is to write for the various journals to find out what the national name of the forefathers of these people was. Why is a national name important? Why is it important to have a national name?
So everybody knows to call it.
So everybody know what to call you. That's part of it, absolutely. What else? Y'all see somebody's cell phone? You see the cell phone. Y'all see this cell phone right here? Y'all know the screen on this cell phone? The screen on this cell phone, right? The thing, the crystals in here that make this possible, do they come from America? No, they don't. They don't. Everybody, almost everybody in the world got one of these though, don't they? As a matter of fact, some people can't live without them, can they? No. When I got out of prison, they said I have to have one of these and it has to be charged. So that they could call me at any time. As a matter of fact, I think I might be the only person that got a doggone landline at the house. Because don't nobody use them no more. Everybody use these devices that even that's distributed and made by companies that are right here in America. It could not be made without the assistance of another foreign agent. So nations do business with one another. Okay, nations trade with each other. And if you are not a nation, if you don't have a national name, then you out of the loop. You can't do ain't no bargaining, ain't no bartering. Guess what you ain't never gonna do? You ain't never making your own cell phone, Mo.
Straight up.
Because you can't get the parts.
Right.
But as a nation, all right. And this is the power of corporation, which gives a group of people the authority to act as a single individual and to have that single individual do business for the group of people with other individuals made of groups of people. We call them nations. So it's important to have a national name. That's just one of the reasons why. All right? There's some more reasons, but we'll get into those later. Also, look into the history of the founders of civilization and see who they were and where they stood in the building of the present civilization. What is civilization? People, what kind of people?
People who organize
If you stopped right there, it would be all right. It would. You could say more, but it's not necessary. Because uncivilized people are unorganized. Uncivilized people don't have no manners. They don't have no culture. They can't be trusted. We don't want to do business with them. As a matter of fact, we don't even want them to be free.
they're not for the civilization.
Because they say they're not saved. So the Prophet Noble Ali said that obedience to law, respect, loyalty to government, tolerance, and unity are fundamental principles that are for the civilization of our posterity, meaning our children. Okay? So these principles we will teach to our children through our actions so that they could thus be civilized, meaning that they will be organized. And an organized body can achieve things. A disorganized group of people are a group of people with dreams, with aspirations, who want stuff, but they're probably not going to get it because they are not organized. They're going to be arguing and fighting over who dream we're going to fulfill first. Rather than, let's look at the people that we can demonstrate right now that can benefit us the most today, and we'll build from there. That's what a group of organized people would do.
That's right.
Okay? We would look and say, you know what? A nation is constituted of these parts, and we, a budding, growing nation of nation builders, are going to start here and build our nation. No, you know what, man? We got to build a military first. No, we got to build a politics. We need to build some schools. Matter of fact, y'all need to shut up. Y'all need to take a new people. Be still. Get back in Sunday school, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Guidance of the nation ain't going to be arguing about whose idea is the best. You probably 2 hours in an up-to-date library would serve to relieve the strain on our men of letters. Man, listen, if he was here today, he'd say that probably 20 minutes Google searching would let you find out who these people are. All right? What does it mean when it say men of letters? Men of letters. It says probably 2 hours in an up-to-date library would serve to relieve the strain on our men of letters. What did it say?
MDs and PhDs.
That's right. The educated ones. Now think about that. Think about that. Because if an individual was illiterate in the past, they would call them a what? Unlettered. Unlettered means you can't read and write. But if you're lettered, it means you read and write well. Okay, now I want to share a message with y'all, right? So, Elijah Muhammad said that the average man knows about 400 words well. When was the last time you looked at a dictionary? You know how you go by a dictionary? You know the littlest dictionary, the smallest one in the store. Roughly about how many words are in one of those?
So the small.
Yeah, the small dictionary. Them little small ones, y'all know the little teeny dictionary got about 4,000 words in it, which is 10 times the amount of words that Elijah Muhammad say that the average man knows well. How many words do you know? And when I say know, mean that you can command. Think about that and do this. Do your best to take command of as many words as you can. Because words mean things. And the more words you know, the more things that you can readily define. And if you can define things, it's easy for you to find the things you need. Because you know what they are. That's important. I think it's important. I'm a nerd though.
Islam, I got a question.
Islam.
It made me think. Just even on that demonstration, when I went to school, when I was in school, I went to school for nursing, for a while, and I began to notice that like a lot of the students, a lot of the ones that already had their letters, they didn't even really know the definition of the words that was really in the books, like about what we learning. Like a lot of people go into those halls and learn how to pass tests. They learn how to memorize things instead of actually internalizing and understanding or putting things into practice to further the understanding. And that hit home for me. And I think like I'm trying to say, because I ended up not getting the degree. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to know that I knew what I knew, if that makes sense. Like to continue on my path, to know that beyond them letters, did I actually put the work in to gain understanding in that thing to be able to practice it effectively. So that's just I feel like a highlight for us as ones who may be unlettered out here. Like them letters don't define what Allah put inside of you or the work you put in to pull out what Allah put inside of you. Understand? Yeah.
Hey, we got some letters. Now the Mo put up some examples. He put up MDs and PhDs. Those are only examples. Okay? But we got some letters. We got some DMs. Islam.
Just to clear it up, letters is degrees, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And we got some degrees. Ain't that right? I got me some degrees. I know I got a G and an S. I got a G and I got an M and an A. It's a MA right there. I'm talking about that salvation pen you win. Them letters. You understand me? Them is degrees. Heavy degrees, as a matter of fact. Somebody want to demonstrate, talk about they got more letters than you. You tell them, here, I want you to try to hold on to this pen. This pen is heavy. Sink into the concrete and drown. Trying to wear this pen and don't understand at least a little bit about what it means. That's a burden for those who don't know what it means, while it relieves burdens for those who do. When I say you can command these letters. Islam?
Wow.
So that's a whole nother degree right there. Being validated by yourself, Meaning you study to show yourself approved or just to pass tests like the sister pointed out. I'm one of those people. I don't want to appear like I know something. I want to know. That's why I don't mind being corrected. Correct me immediately. Don't go home and think about it. Dang, so can I tell the grand sheik that he was wrong?
Yeah.
No, you bet. Tell me now. I don't care who around. I don't care who watching. Say, teach him modesty and he shall not be ashamed. Check me. I need help. All right? Because I know what I do got. I got a lower self. The matter of the is given these 22 million people with all colors of every race of the globe was an act of European psychology. The matter of the various names was an act of European psychology. I'm not gonna even ask y'all what it means. I'm finna give y'all a couple examples. One that we all familiar with this, all right? In Chicago, and now in a lot of states all over the United States of America, we have people and folks, don't we? Right?
Yeah, that's
You
right.
got people and folks.
That's right.
You know, this is the gang demonstration. You got the folks and you got the people. And they say it all the time. They say, man, what's up, folks? You know, people, when they get to prison, they say, man, who you with? Oh, man, you know, I'm Mickey Cole. Okay, yeah, y'all still people, though, we Black Stones. Because we people, right? Let me tell y'all where these names come from. Y'all think they created these names? Anybody else been in the game before? Anybody else been in the game before? Okay, well, let me tell y'all something. I wasn't just in the game. All right? I'm just gonna leave it at that. I wasn't just in there. Nothing in the literature. Ain't nothing in no gangs literature. The GDs ain't got nothing in their literature that say they folks. The BDs ain't got nothing in their literature that say they folks. The Vice Lords, the Black Peace Stones, the Latin Kings, all the Mickey Cobras ain't got nothing in their literature that say they people. It was the Chicago Gang Task Force. When they went into their strategy room and said, okay, how are we gonna approach dismantling this thing before we get out of hand? They say, okay, we be seeing these stars. They got stars, they got signs, they got pitchforks, and they got canes, and they got, you know, so we gonna separate them according to these signs that they share with one another. And we're gonna call this group people, and we're gonna call this group folks. So while everybody running around talking about what's up, folks, but F12. Now listen to this. They say, what's up, folks? And in the same breath, say F12. Well, 12 gave you your name, they named you. You know how parents name their children? They named you. You know how conquerors and colonizers changed the name of land, changed the name of people? These ones who you saying that you ain't with, I ain't with them. I ain't with 12, I don't mess with 12. They named you. And you wear it like a badge of honor, and you will kill somebody about that name that 12 gave you. It get deeper in federal prison. Now y'all know that prior to the so-called war on drugs, and you know, lock up the people who do and sell crack. Prior to that, the federal prison was full of European people. So all the Asiatics from all over the country rolled together. It didn't matter where you was from. They was all together. It didn't matter what gang you ran with. It didn't matter. They was all together. Okay? And then came the crack law. But even prior to it, they knew what they was going to do, and they knew what it was going to do. So all the old heads that was in the federal prison, this is what they told us what happened one day. All over the prisons in the United States of America, they all walked into the kitchen to go eat. They walked to what we call the chow hall. They walked into the chow hall to go eat. And the SIS, the Special Investigation Unit in the prison, was all around. And they say to everybody coming in, where you from? I'm from Chicago. Okay, you go sit over there. Where you from? California. Y'all sit over there. Now, we just walked in together because you my man. But we gonna separate you. You understand me? Y'all sit over there. Let me tell y'all something. Sad story. I was in Pollock, Louisiana, Pollock, USP. And so you know, in the Midwest, we had 3 tables. It's 4 chairs, so it's 12. But this is like 150, 160 of us on the compound. Now, because you know they got this whole Midwest thing together, all of the vice lords and the GDs and everybody who ran with the Midwest gangs, no matter where they was from, they was all with us. This is what we call a car. So this is our car. So we all been sitting here. But these seats, these chairs right here, are for people from the Midwest. So now, guys are coming in from East St. Louis and be ready to sit down. There's nowhere for them to sit down because some vice lord from Tennessee is sitting in the chair. So it became a problem. So now they have a meeting and say, well, if they ain't from here, they can't sit here. Just to make a long story short, I did a year in the hole because of this event. I actually spent a whole month and a half more in prison because of a dang on chair that was assigned by the police. The police was the ones who said that y'all have to sit there. We didn't choose it. So the whole time we done had a whole meeting and demonstrated law according to their rules and usages, not our own. What shall we call them? It's an act of European psychology. The Prophet Noble Jew Ali said, what does Ethiopian mean? Something that is divided. So we don't demonstrate the Ethiopian degree.
Right.
Because we are not divided. But this is what they do. They demonstrate the Ethiopian degree. Now they come together, ain't that right?
Yep.
And then they make you scatter apart. Because it's easier to deal with us that way. So now in the Moorish Sunday Temple of America, ones of you be get to demonstrate and get the calls all the time. Penitent Bay is fun. Mo, I seen your video on YouTube. Mo, I was listening to your Sunday school. Hey, who you with? That's what they used to ask me when I went to the county jail. Who you with? And that's what I used to tell them, that me and you don't roll together proudly. Well, now I'm here to tell you that I'm with Allah and I'm with his prophet. And everybody over here with us is with Allah and we with his prophet. If you with Allah and you with his prophet, then I don't give a freak who your leader is on earth. I don't care. Because we are led from within. Ain't that right, Moore? Where's the nearest place to meet Allah? Who is our leader? What did it say? Allah is our protector and our guide. By night and by day. Ain't that right? That means all day long, every day of the year, Allah is our guide. Allah is leading us. And the people who out front at the head of the line, you know why we following them? Because she following Allah. So we are following her. Islam? Not for no other reason. Not for no other reason than that she is on God's heels. You understand me? And I'm trying to get where they go. And at any time, if I was to detour, if I woke up tomorrow and took my ring and my medallion off and throw it back on my socks cap and cock that demonstration to the left. Y'all be like, hold up, Mo, you ain't going to work? I said, no, I got some work. Let's work this work. Y'all gonna keep following? No. Please don't. Please don't. As a matter of fact, bust my head.
Islam.
Islam. Bust my head. I know. Y'all gonna have to race. They gave him a name. Listen to this, y'all. They gave him a name. Then defined it as something inferior to theirs. So they named you. Why was it important to define the name that they gave you? Why didn't they just give you a name? It had to have a definition, though. because that's who you are. That's what you are. Right? Y'all know who was first called niggas, man? Slaves. And what the law say? These names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. You know why the prophet Noble Ali said that in the law? I mean, ask yourself, what does this have to do with the law? It's divine law. He letting you know slavery is over with. This ain't something that you need to worry about. This is not a frame of mind for you. This is not thinking that you should be adopting or teaching. We are teaching our people their nationality. Moorish American, their divine creed, Islamism.
Right.
This is what we are teaching our people. Let me show y'all again, because they ain't just Mickey Cobras, GD Vice Lords. They the Mickey Cobra nation. They the Gangster Disciple nation. They have national principles. They really do. They really do. Whether you want to accept it or recognize it, they really do. They are an organized group of people who's standing on their name, whether you like it or not. Okay? We started this whole class off with a question asked by a young genius. He said, why did Allah make us? And the answer was that the human seed that came forth from the heart of Allah was foreordained to be the Lord of the plane of soul and the plane of things made manifest. And we qualified it by saying he didn't say under a certain situation or at a certain time, or when you advance to a certain stage in life. He said the seed was ordained from the beginning. So it doesn't matter if you know what you're doing or not. It don't matter if you're good at it or not. That only means that that which you have the responsibility of is doomed. That's all it means. If you ain't qualified to get the job done, it just means that the job ain't gonna get done. Ain't nothing sparing nothing. It was recorded that the prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I remember when I was Noah. Ain't that right, Mo?
That's right, man.
He said, I remember when I was Noah. He said he built the ark. Didn't he say that, Mo? Didn't he say that he told the people to get on the ark? But some of them didn't get on the ark, did they, Mo? And then when the flood came, they came knocking on the door. And the prophet said, it is too late. An angel came and took the key away.
It wasn't.
Which means that you can't run out of time. You ain't got all day to get right. The prophet said, if I were you, I would get ready before I was made to get ready. And when you get ready, stay ready. Because if you don't get ready, then it sucks to be you. Because whatever it is going to happen anyway, whether you're ready or not. So get ready, please, boys. Please get ready. Please prepare yourself. Proper preparation actually does prevent poor performance. It really does. It really does. And if you do not prepare properly, you more likely than not will perform poorly. And that's at anything. It doesn't matter what the thing is. If you don't put the work in to get ready, you're going to be upset later on. And you're going to be upset at yourself. You're not going to be mad at nobody else. You're going to know that you had the opportunity, God gave you what you needed, and you didn't take advantage of it when you had it. And now you can't have the thing that you want. Only because you're not prepared to take hold of it. All right? I wanted freedom. So bad. The only way that you can comprehend how bad I wanted freedom is if you could be me. That's the only way. I wanted freedom so bad. That was not my first time locked up. Was it my first time locked up? Was it my first time locked up? It wasn't my
Nope.
first time locked up.
So what?
I had been locked up before. So guess what? While I was locked up this time, I thought back and I studied all of the things that caused me to get locked up again. So I knew that if I were to have freedom, really actually have it, to be able to take it and enjoy it for what it is, which is one of the highest principles known to man. Principles of action bring about fruit, y'all. They not just empty things. Principles are divine laws, and law governs all events. And we all want to go places and do things. And if we want to go to these places and do these things, then we have to act on these principles that make these things happen. I wanted to be free. I knew that in order for me to be free, I could not do what I've been doing. And it was not just that simple, because I didn't know nothing else to do. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I wanted freedom more than anything else in life. I can't imagine not being able to express myself again now that I have freedom. Now that I can stand up here and communicate this stuff to y'all. Because this is what means everything to me. What means everything is for me to teach these things. And to know that I have the ability to make you know it. Not just to say it and you not comprehend. I know that I'm making you know it. So I had to train myself to be able to do this. I had to practice being free even though I was in jail. I had to learn and to know freedom, to grasp it with my mind even though I was in jail. Some people would say that that's impossible. Let me tell you something about those people. They ain't Moorish scientists. Because Moorish scientists know that impossible means it might just take a little while. That's it. That's it. It might just take a little while. It might take a little bit more elbow grease than some of them other things that people get cheaply. This you got to work for. But if you work for it, you can have it. You can have it, whatever it is. See, it might be, it's going to be something totally different for you than it is for me. But whatever it is, you can have it. But I'm going to tell you something. It begins with the spell. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to do this one time. It's real. We cast spells. Okay? I'm finna cast a spell right now. Jesse, Hornbuckle's back. Did y'all hear me? Demetrius, Ambrose, Bank. I just cast a spell, and it is powerful. It is powerful. Because names mean things. In the beginning was the Word, y'all. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And nothing was made that was made without the Word. Nothing was made that was made. So all of the trouble that ones get into, it started off with Word. And all of the success that man can experience, it starts off with Word. What do you call yourself? How do you see yourself? What is your vision? What shapes your paradigm has names. What shall we call him? What shall we call it? Whatever it is. All right? So don't be letting ones just cast these evil, wicked spells and curses on you. It's easy to beat back a curse. Easy. These ones think they know something. They think they can do something. They really just playing with stuff that they don't understand. The Quran teaches us that the talent is committed to a charge. It's committed. Like a faithful woman. Committed. They ain't going tie them up, they're not going nowhere. The talent ain't going nowhere. Okay? It's committed. It's committed to righteousness. It's committed to God. It is the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life. So it's easy to beat back a curse. It's easy. It's easy. Just fortify yourself. Fortify yourself. The Negro, as they were called in this nation, have no nation to which they might look with pride. Their history starts with the close of the Civil War, or more properly, with his being forced to serve someone else. Thus, he is separated from the illustrious history of his forefathers, who were the founders of the first civilization of the old world. Listen, y'all, another spell. See, when you give someone this mind-blowing, thought-provoking information, you cast a spell. You augment the individual, change them, make them better, add to what's already there. This is deep, man. Words mean things. It is power in words. And let me tell y'all something. For these Europeans to demonstrate this act or this form of biological psychology, it means that they know something. All right? They not just throwing out these curses by accident. They know what they're doing. So we started off asking, what is a journalist? What do journalists do? Who do journalists work for? People that matter, ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that what you said? You said the people that matter. The people that matter own these companies. The people that matter know who you are, don't they? But they keep calling you something else. They keep calling you something else. They keep on trying to convince you that you're something else. They keep promoting things to you that are not made for you, but made to help you cover up who and what you really are. And if you cover it up good enough, you won't be able to recognize it no more. When you look in the mirror, you're not going to see yourself because you done covered yourself up with so much crap that you don't even know where you are. It's too many layers of garbage. You're like an onion now. You got to keep peeling off parts to try to get back to yourself. Because the instant that you realize who and what you are, it's over with, y'all. It's over with. It's over with in 5 moves. Fools make. All right? This matter should be looked into with the hope of correcting. It was corrected. Everybody I see, everybody present is Moorish American. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Ain't that right? We members.
Islam.
I'm gonna read the prophet's warning. Islam, part of the Bible. All right, Facebook, peace and love.